a little bit, and who has to put the pressure on teams to come to this?
Well, I think that wrestling people have to put it on. They have to make it a valid deal. We had a thing in Chicago last year, and 77 coaches said that they would be here. They all said that they would be here, and there's 14 here. Okay, so what did they do? We had it's the only time that I know that all 77 coaches were there. Of every program represented, they all said that they would come here. And then there's some excuse why they're not here. That's why it has no punch the way people want it to have punch. Take Penn State, Iowa, and Oklahoma State out of the NCAA tournament right now. What would you do to them?
Kill it.
There you go. All right? You've answered your own question. See? Because they won't get here. All right? They won't get here, and most of the things that they talk about are really not relevant. They talk about things like, well, you got to get your team ready. Well, the NFL has got to get their team ready 3 weekends in a row before they get to the Super Bowl. Okay? Basketball's got to do the same thing. People talk about, well, you got to wrestle each other 2 or 3 times. Okay? In the final playoffs, you got 3 out of 5 in the NBA. All those things are done, and they're done by the administrators because they want to make revenue, and revenue produces what? Power. So if we want revenue, we have to do those things. All we have to do is follow what other sports do. Okay? But we have right now, every coach is worried about himself. Okay? And if you look at wrestling, okay, how do all wrestlers look at wrestling? Their whole life, their whole season summed up by what? If they get on what? The podium. Is there anything ever in wrestling about their teams? So we practice our whole life about us. And then when we get into the other deal, we want a team environment. How does it work? I don't understand. See? So we have to come together as a group for what's good for the sport. See? That's the way I look at it.
How crucial is, the Matt Mayhem concept, the dual meet concept? I know you're talking about all the team concepts here, but how crucial is it to the survival of the sport of Division I wrestling?
Well, I think it's really important, right? Most fans, okay, you build things for your fans, okay? Things are friendly, all right? For years, we never had a halftime because it disrupts, okay, the dual meets. But in every sport, they have a fan. Why? They have a halftime. Why? Because the fans get up, they go to the bathroom, they talk about the first 5 weights, talk about the last 5 weights, they buy some popcorn, right? It's that way in every sport, right? So now we're starting to do those things. So if we want to build something, we have to build it with the fans in mind, right? How many fans want to come and sit in a bleacher at an all-day tournament for 3 days? Not a lot. Parents, okay? Parents, right? Some people around the universities, right? But if we want to attract and make it bigger, we have to make it fan-friendly. And in every sport, you come in, right? You kind of actually, as this one guy said, a football game is an excuse to have a party before and a party after, okay? But you come in, you see a great dual meet between Iowa, Penn State, and you go home. That's what fans do. And they do that in every sport. And if we want to attract people, that's what we have to do.
You had a great environment with you guys in Penn State. You always have a great home environment, regardless of the opponent for you guys. But when you see a mega duel like that, should that be the standard that everybody should be trying to chase a little bit?
We're not by ourselves. If you go to Penn State, they got almost 6,000 people a time. Iowa's got a ton of people at the same time, right? But that's what you aspire to be, right? But you build it, okay? You build it by making it fan-friendly, what fans want, okay? That's the way you build anything. And so that's the way you got to look at it. And as you do that, the thing will grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger. More and more people will come. Because what you're in is you're in a competition for entertainment dollars. And if you can come to a dual meet and bring a kid, and your kid, the little kid, have fun, and you have fun, and your wife has fun, then you're going to come back. Because you invested your money in a good thing. See? So there's got to be an understanding that there's only so much entertainment money. Okay? And what you're trying to do is you're in competition with everybody else. So as one of our fans said is that you come and you go and have a couple drinks before. I've got a season ticket, reserve seat, so I can come in 5 minutes before, sit down, watch a great dual meet, right? Go to a social afterwards. I've had a great evening, right? And it's all been built around what? Wrestling. That's what you got to do.